Los Angeles.
Scratch that morning itch on the home of the Woody Show.
You know?
Alt 98.7.
All in or all out.
LA's new alternative.
Portions of this program will be recorded.
This is the Woody Show.
Yeah, this is the Woody Show.
Yeah! I'm mega smart.
And into another new hour. Insensitivity training for a politically correct world. It is Monday morning. Brand new week. It's August the 19th, 2024. I'm Woody. That's Greg Gorey.
Happy New Week.
Happy New Week to you, Greg. Menace.
Thank
Good morning.
Good morning.
There's Seabass.
What?
We got Sammy.
Morning.
And the phones for you are open at 877-44-WOODY. That's 877-44-WOODY. Hit us up with a text over to 22987. We'll get to some of the trending news headlines, all the big things that people are talking about this morning, and some weekend cheers and jeers. Oh, yeah. What kind of weekend did you have? Uh-huh. That's right.
Yeah.
Tell it to me, baby. That's right.
And lift.
Yeah.
And carry.
All right, well, I'm most curious about Seabass's weekend. He was at the gathering of the Juggalos.
Nice.
Scary.
I saw the picture that you posted on your Twitter, at Woody Producer,
Yes.
if you want to see Seabass on Twitter. It was this guy getting on a flight. I'll let you guess the airline. And what did it say on the back of his shirt?
It said, suck my,
Blank.
referring to his
Unit.
testes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And then the word bitch. And again, this is all the way on the back of a t-shirt, 5-inch block letters.
Okay.
So suck my blank bitch. And then below that, F you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there it is.
Onto a flight.
Yeah, and he wore that to go onto the
In
plane.
the airport, you can tell.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you didn't know that's a lyric to an Insane Clown Posse t-shirt,
You're not a true fan.
right, you're not a true fan, number one.
Oh.
And number two, you will be able to tell, though, because on his hat is on backwards, and there's a Juggalo Hatchet Man
Oh, cool.
logo on that hat. And, of course, he is in line at the airline, the yellow and black airline.
Yeah, cool.
Black and yellow.
So Spirit.
Yeah, exactly. Now, okay, let's say that's a jeer. Because quite frankly,
Yeah,
sir,
that's lit.
I get it. You're a Juggalo. But when you've got, again, and this guy's 400 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's a giant billboard that says "Suck my N, F you."
Yeah.
Or suck a bitch. Sorry, I forgot that part.
Yep.
Who are you impressing? You're not in Wall Street.
You're
not
a
at
badass.
You're not at a country club. You're not like blowing the mind of the man.
Yeah.
You're just a trashy piece of crap. Because
That's the epitome.
Yeah.
of
there's
trash.
a dozen kids on this flight.
Right.
And you might say, well, they can't see those words. Yeah, of course. But again, what point are you proving other than that you suck, you're a piece of trash, you're not hurting anybody but yourself, you loser Juggalo fat piece of crap.
I'm surprised they even let him on.
Now, man,
because
that's a good point.
You hear so many stories of people not
Right,
because of the way they're
there's
dressed.
every month there's a viral video of some girl who walks onto a plane in a bikini and they kick her off, right? And, oh, I can't believe it. Because on all the tickets they say we can get rid of you for offensive clothing,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera. He's so goddamn large that I don't think the gate agent saw the back of his t-shirt because he's just like this big moving thing. He
Yeah.
also had a backpack on when he got on board that covered the again on a plane.
But what's
in
the point of
public.
buying such a cool shirt if you're not going to show it off?
I know.
That's my question too. Like, fine, wear that shirt at the gathering of the Juggalos on private property. Cause if I see that shirt and I've got my 5-year-old with me, I'll roll my eyes and say, "Oh, look at this trashy piece of crap."
Yeah.
Again, you're not doing anything other than proving that you're a loser.
You're not
So
a badass.
is that the jeer of
That's-
everything
that's
that you
a
saw?
jeer.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What's your cheer from the weekend?
Well, I'll tell you what. Since we're on the topic, I will say cheers to Spirit Airlines. Not for not kicking him off, but because I think they got Wi-Fi on their planes now, Woody.
They do.
yeah,
yeah.
they've been
I told
had
you.
Wi-Fi.
They have streaming Wi-Fi, and it's only like $9 or something.
That is
and
not. Again, no, you guys are missing the point.
it's high speed.
I know.
It works?
But several times on Spirit flights, you've mentioned this, Woody. I've mentioned this. They say, "Oh, our plane is so new, it doesn't have Wi-Fi."
Right. Yeah.
And I think they've finally gotten to the point where they've installed the Wi-Fi on these newer planes. So I had it both coming and going. So cheers to you, Spirit. Now it is $20 damn.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh,
For
for a
streaming.
long distance one.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, because the other flights that I've been on, Spirit, that had the high-speed internet, I was surprised that it was only like $9. It was less than $10.
Yeah.
I'm sure it depends on the length of the flight.
Yeah.
but
No,
mine-
because it was printed.
And
it was just
also-
printed on all
Oh,
the
really?
seatback
If you
stuff.
pay before, it's cheaper. So
Right.
did you pay before
I didn't do
CBAS?
that.
No, it's like
I never do that.
$16.99 if you pay before. I mean, yeah.
But even
pay
still,
before.
okay, so you fly on American Airlines, they'll charge you $29 for not streaming speed Wi-Fi. And this one is you can do Netflix or whatever you want to watch. You don't have to download
Yeah.
stuff before you get on the plane. It's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
As a Spirit Gold member with a Spirit credit card,
Is that a flex?
A Spirit credit card? You went that far?
I just got it in actually because it's one of those things where I'm rotating through the travel cards. Where if you
Yeah.
you sign up for a new card and you spend
get
the blah,
points.
blah, you get 50,000 points. I've been rotating through those, and it's Spirit's turn now.
Yeah.
So cheers to you, Spirit, for your.
And we will
cheers.
have some audio from the gathering of the Juggalos
Oh,
this
yeah.
week here on the show. Always look forward to that. Greg Gorey, weekend cheers and jeers.
Well, cheers to my brother. I heard from him over the weekend. He got in that gnarly motorcycle accident, was in a coma and in the hospital for over a month. And now he is actually up and about, and he actually sent me a photo that he did some barbecuing. And
Wow.
I said, wow, so you were up not only just walking around, but you actually made a meal. Granted, he said, yes, but now I'm completely wiped out just from the act of cooking for himself and whatnot. But he is actually up and about barbecuing and kind of living a normal life, essentially, again.
so now-
That's awesome.
That's pretty
So
awesome.
now that he's, quote, okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, because the relationship between you and your brother
It's
has
very
been
strange.
strained at best.
Well,
And-
good
and-
way of putting it.
And for a long time, like, you weren't even speaking.
Absolutely
so
true.
did this event change everything? Like, in other
Well-
words, like, is it like let bygones be bygones, bury the
Yeah.
hatchet kind of stuff? Or
Not really.
have you found that the more he's improved, the more you kind of go
Yeah.
back to, like, remembering that you hated his guts for a while?
I'm
Can't
very
stop, won't
glad you
stop.
brought this up.
I'm just curious how that works. Like, it's such
Yeah.
a near-death thing of, in this case, a sibling.
Exactly. And it's a miracle he survived. And my jeers are also to my brother. Because now that he's up and about, although he can cook and kind of live his normal life again, he's back to recovery mode in the sense that he's watching nothing but movies all day long. And out of the clear blue, he'll text me things like, John Cena rules,
Hell yeah, brother.
which he does.
Yeah.
And then the next text, you know who's really funny? Zac Efron. I never gave it much thought.
So he's watching Ricky.
So-
Yeah.
He's watching Ricky Stenicki,
Which you love.
which I love.
He's
and
live texting.
and I get it, but Woody, if I just out of the blue on a random Saturday sent you a text that said, John Cena rules, wouldn't you think, do you want to give me some context here? What do you like?
I mean, it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, it wouldn't bother me either.
But then I get them every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what else is funny? You know what I really love? Buddy films. You know what I also love?
Well, it sounds like he's
This-
trying to connect in
Yeah.
some way with you.
I know. And
He's
then,
thinking of you.
Now,
Yeah.
if it goes back to the other stuff about like how your brother called the people who are buying your house or something,
Oh, yeah. Oh.
or who bought your house, and they
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I'm the brother of the person that you bought the house from. The house is haunted."
right.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's
Have
crazy.
you ever had ghost experiences?
like that stuff would piss
That
me
is
off.
just too
No.
much.
Or if if someone's being a drain on the family because they refuse to do
yeah.
anything for themselves, and there's
Right.
mooching off parents or whatever, whatever the case, that kind of stuff.
It's slowly morphing back into that. And then also he likes to watch YouTube videos, and if he finds anything slightly amusing, he must email it to me. So I go to check my email, and I'm thinking like, wow, something's going on. I have so many emails. Oh, Mike sent me a YouTube video. Oh, here's another one about crab fishermen. Oh, here's one about motorcycles.
So he's turned into a mom.
It's
Yeah.
like,
So-
oh my God.
I don't know. You guys can tell me if this is too soon. Greg, you can get him for Christmas.
What?
A motorcycle.
Jeez. So yeah.
Is that too soon?
I'm very happy for him, but at the same point, it's like, okay, slow down with the text.
Yeah.
Slow down with the YouTube.
All right.
I don't need to know your thought
Yeah.
on Zac Efron.
What does he like on YouTube?
Yeah.
Crab fishermen, the Japanese fish market videos where
Ooh.
they like auction off tunas.
That's so
For
random.
so
It's
much
so
money,
random.
right?
Let
Those
me
tunas
Here, wait,
or
let me
bank.
just real quickly tell you the latest one he sent
But Seabass
was
is right. That's what moms do.
Does he forward you like
somebody
chain
who,
letters?
somebody who's traveling around the country on Route 66 because there's so many places to visit.
Cool.
If you're having a bad day, how about this dumb a-hole acting like an idiot at McDonald's?
This is all fun stuff.
I know,
Yeah,
but
Greg.
the
He
videos,
sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
You sound all
videos are
uptight and stuff.
the videos are so long. My mom even told him to his face, if it's longer than 30 seconds, I'm not watching it. And he'll send me videos that are like 18 minutes long. I'm like, oh, come on.
cool.
man.
I'm glad to hear that he's doing
But
better.
he's doing better. I'm
That's
happy
good.
about that.
That's good. All right, Menace, weekend cheers and jeers.
Kind of just like a chill weekend. Did a couple fun things. Went to a couple of restaurants. Our buddy DJ T-Mart recommended a sushi restaurant I went to, and it was awesome. I like that. But I think
I like that.
But I think my jeers was like I couldn't stay up past 8 p.m. all weekend long, and I
sucks.
tried, and I just couldn't do it. I was just so tired, and I ended up watching on Saturday night. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna lay down. I watched Gulliver's Travels, which starring Jack Black,
Oh,
Yeah.
and then I kind of fell asleep to that. And then that was pretty much it. It was like it wasn't like a turn up weekend as usual. I just could not have the
Well, that's what
energy
you
to do
get
anything.
for just, not sitting down ever.
exactly.
No, I think maybe
Like, you'll
because
hit a point. They're getting older.
maybe because I was just like I didn't have a lot of plans, so I couldn't keep moving. And then the second I sat down,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's your body telling you,
Yeah.
you got to chill
Get
out,
some
man.
rest.
yeah.
Greg, by the way, I know you love Bryan Cranston, anything he's
Yes.
in.
I'm rewatching Breaking Bad for the third time now.
I watched a movie this weekend because I saw, Bryan Cranston's in that. I saw a pretty funny clip online with Rainn Wilson.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And anyway, it's called Jerry and Marge Go Large. It was a movie made for Paramount Plus. Like, they produced it and made it. It was never in theaters.
Okay.
And it's a real life story about this couple who they figured out this guy's like great with numbers. He used to work for like Kellogg's or something,
Okay.
and he was like a number cruncher for them. And he figured out this flaw in the lottery in his town where he lived. And then they're in Michigan, and then they discontinued the game in Michigan, and then they started again in Massachusetts. So he and his wife would drive to Massachusetts every 3 weeks to run this lottery thing that they're doing. And they ended up making, over the course of doing this, like $28 million.
Oh, rad.
Because it was like a no-lose thing. So the more tickets you bought, the better. Like you took out the chance
Okay.
Wow.
from the equation. And so he got his whole town involved in it. They bought shares in this company to go buy all these tickets.
Okay.
And so the whole town benefited from this whole thing. And so Rainn Wilson was one of the guys in town there in Massachusetts that would help them, print these thousands of tickets every week.
Rep.
Nice.
And then some other kid from Harvard figured out the same thing, and so it became this. It's a real
I
life
think I remember
story.
that story. Yeah,
That
The
rules.
movie's okay. The story's fascinating.
yeah.
You know, but
Cranston rules.
and Bryan Cranston's great as always. But I thought about you.
Okay, so this is example 53 about why I need Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So just get it.
I'll get it.
Just get
The most successful winner in lottery history is a woman that's a mathematics genius or whatever, and she would always go to a certain town in, I believe, in Arizona to win tickets, and she's consistently won for like the past couple of decades.
But, like how does the
I don't know.
location matter?
I don't know.
Well, because
she's the mathematics
right, because
genius.
they only offer that, like you're saying, there's a specific game in this area or whatever.
Oh.
Okay, because this lottery thing, it was a roll down. So like every 3 weeks, the jackpot would just keep rolling down, and so they have a roll down, drawing, and then that's what they were using, that particular game, to buy all these tickets and win all this money.
Wow.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I'll check
All
it
right,
out.
I'll just give you my other weekend cheers and jeers since we're already talking about stuff. I actually sat down and watched a movie.
Good.
Which
Wow.
I never really get to do. But anyway, cheers would be to, I got to say, my wife. Yeah, because my daughter had that sleepover this weekend, which I did
yeah?
not
Yeah.
leave the house for.
As you shouldn't.
I agree with you. Sammy had talked to a friend of hers who said that the new thing is for dads to leave the house, like go stay at a hotel on the night.
Yeah. Or
if there's a-
somewhere, a friend's house,
if
somewhere
there's a
else.
sleepover at the house, because guys are predators, and the guys aren't supposed to be around at their own house because their kids having a sleepover, which I thought was completely ridiculous.
Yep, I was
creepy.
told it's a new thing, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
I told my wife about this. She thought I was just trying to get out of being at the house. She's like, "You're not leaving me here by myself."
Right.
But what if I'm a predator?
Right. I'm like, and out of principle, I would never leave the house under those circumstances. I would think if the parents are not comfortable with the man of the house being around, well, then don't let your kids stay there.
Right.
Don't bring the kid over.
And they should be more comfortable with the dad there.
Yeah. But anyway,
You know?
What if
So-
there's prowlers?
Yeah.
my
you're gonna
my
kick
daughter
some
just had her
ass.
12th birthday. She's in all the girly girl stuff, preteen stuff, skincare and makeup and all that stuff. So she had 6 little friends there, and they had a sleepover. And my wife went all out on this. She did the cupcakes and the whole thing that she wanted, the typical stuff like that. But then she also had this woman. And she got this business, so it was her and a friend, I guess, who came over, and they did all the girls' hair and nails.
Oh my!
Oh, that's good.
I was going to say how much did Woody's wife spend? On
It
that?
wasn't that much. It was like $350.
Oh, nothing.
No, but
No.
dude, you go to a bounce house place and you hold a kid's birthday party there, you're
Right.
spending over that
Yeah, for
for
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was all
I
the
haven't
stuff.
priced out bounce houses lately.
I know that, but that's why I'm giving you frame of reference.
Yeah.
So in the grand scheme of things, when you're doing kids' birthday parties for the most part, yeah, of course you could just do something where you go to the park and you have a couple pizzas and that's it. But if you do any kind of birthday at a place, I mean that's kind of what you're looking at. And she just had the best time. Her friends stayed over.
Aw.
And
They turned up.
and, dude, my wife kind of ran the whole thing. I was available for what I told her. I said, "Would you just let me know what I need to do? I'll do whatever you need me to do." But so she really ran with it. And my daughter had a great time. I think it's one of those things that especially as a little girl, I think you got to experience that once, doing a slumber party with your friends.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So fun.
So shout out to my wife
That's
on
good.
that. And then my jeers is just my continued constant disappointment in people.
Oh.
And I've had so many people in my inner circle recently who have just been so disappointing.
Really?
And yeah, if just not straight up crazy, and just showing surprising types of behaviors and things that have just completely let me down. And so I don't care about people outside of my inner circle, but it's the people when they're in my inner circle, and this kind of stuff happens. So that drives me nuts. That continued a little bit this weekend. And this is, I'll give you the example here. So my Aunt Chrissy, who we all know.
Yeah, of course.
The Fife side of my family is very kind of scattered. Nobody's really all that. There's not a lot of togetherness, especially since my grandparents died. And so Aunt Chrissy, even though she's divisive,
Yeah.
and a lot
Slightly.
can be that way, and she's not everybody's flavor, but she put out an invitation months and months ago about this. She wanted to get everybody together. So look, honestly, the next time we'll probably see each other otherwise when somebody dies.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't want it to be that way. So she put out this invitation. She had this big party at her house. And there's just, I don't know. It's just really disappointing about how petty some people in the family are. And it's kind of bumming me out. I did feel bad for her. Some people did show up. My dad showed up. I had a couple uncles show up and things like
Wow.
that. Some other friends of
That
hers showed
sucks
up.
because I was with her
Yeah.
and she was having all these plans for this
Oh, yeah.
party.
She had a ton of
She
food there.
wanted
and everything
everybody
else.
to be there. Yeah.
Now, if it wasn't for my daughter's birthday party, I was planning on, being there for that. But I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. But the reason that the other people didn't make it is just straight pettiness.
Weak.
And it pisses me off.
Doesn't she have a sister that she doesn't talk to?
Uh-huh. Yeah, she. As far as her family, oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's a
another
wild
story.
ride right there. But so that's my jeers.
That's-
Just people in my inner circles who are just completely disappointing, or if just straight up turned out to be bad people.
Right.
Straight up. Sammy, weekend cheers and jeers.
My cheers is I saw my friends who got engaged a couple weekends ago, and we celebrated. We had champagne. It was great.
Yeah.
And this was such a genius move, is that we went to get pastries somewhere and then came back to watch a baking show, and it was great because then we had cinnamon rolls and strawberry cheesecake
What's
as
the
we're
matter,
watching the
Seabass?
baking show.
You look like you're going to be sick.
There's nothing wrong with this, obviously, but
Yeah.
she consistently is the most boring and uninteresting person I've ever met in my life, but not in a bad
Sorry
way.
for having friends that I hang out with.
I get it. I didn't say it was bad, but it's just she's a 50-year-old lady.
Well, I mean,
A lot of people watch baking shows, and I'm just saying, go get pastries before you watch them.
And
you
then
won't
you won't be
regret
like,
it.
oh, I wish I had that.
It's like 4D.
Yeah. Smell-o-vision.
I mean, the pastry sounds awesome.
Does.
I like that. And then what's your jeers?
And my jeers is to all the people this weekend, for some reason, who were smoking as they walked by my place, because I like to leave the windows open, and there was just a lot of cigarette smokers this weekend. I felt smelled it every time
From
I walked
outside?
out. Yes.
And it was that bad.
That I could smell it, and every time that I would walk outside, there was somebody walking by smoking a cigarette. It was always a different person.
I thought nobody smoked anymore. I thought you got shot for smoking.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Dead bitch.
It never happens, but this weekend,
Wow. Okay.
all the smokers were out.
My point stands.
Well, there's your cheers and jeers, everybody. Yeah. I hope you guys had a great weekend. More cheers than jeers, you know?
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. More Monday Woody Show is next. Hang on.
The Woody Show will be right back. Alt 98.7.